Okay guys, I'm going to take a video of this 91 Toyota 4Runner. I'll probably make a better couch potato than I do a commentator, but I'm going to give this a try, alright? We're going to go to the back of the Toyota first and look at the bumper area. Look at the Toyota, the factory brackets. They've never ever been moved. None of the bolts have been touched. The only rust is on the bottom of the bumpers, and they've never chromed those. So those would rust within the first year or so. If you look around, you can just see everything back here is kosher. You've got the original spare tire, which is a Bridgestone Desert Dueler. It's the original tire as far as I can see, and never been on the ground. I'm going to walk forward to a little bit, looking at the exhaust, and you can see it's a factory exhaust system, run factory. I'm going to even take a look inside the exhaust so you can see, and you can see no carbon buildup, nothing under the bumpers. And we're going to walk up the exhaust system here so you can take a real good look to see. Matter of fact, here goes the factory original muffler. Those are not holes, those are factory welds, and they're just little tiny rust spots. Now if you take a look up here close, you'll see the factory Toyota lettering. I hope you can see that. It looks kind of hard for me for you to see that, but it's a factory Toyota muffler. We'll move up to the catalytic converter. Shield is perfect, no noise, no rattling. Up to the oxygen sensor. What's good about these California cars is there's just no rust. I mean, living in Southern California and buying a car from Southern California is probably one of the best places. Arizona might be about the same. But you can see the whole floorboards of this car, 100% original, never been touched up. The frame on the car, I'm going to run the frame, and you can see it's never been painted, never been spotted in. I'm going to show you some nuts and bolts on the vehicle that shows that it's never been painted. Look at these bolts. No rust at all. I'm going to show you the factory VIN on the front of the frame here, okay? That's your factory VIN showing that this frame is the original frame to the vehicle. I'm going to move up to the front horns of the vehicle to show you that there's been no accidents at all. You can see perfectly straight as can be. I'm going to walk around towards the bottom of the where the radiator support would be, front bumper. I'm going to look up at the frame again on the driver's side. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to step down a little bit. Now look at the factory markings on the suspension. Those are from the factory. This vehicle does have 160,000 miles on it. You would never notice it by looking underneath it. Here's all the upper and lower control arms. Never been painted. Never been painted. It's got the shocks on the vehicle are KYBs. They look fairly new. I'm going to show you the under part of the motor and transmission. You can see that there is a tiny leak that does drip down the left side. Later on, I'm going to go to the top of the motor, and it's the left valve cover at the rear is what we see leaking. Transmission pan right here. The original tranny sticker on the side of the vehicle, on the side of the transmission. You can see a tranny pan looks like it was done recently by a leftover material. It does not leak. The only leak we have is a little bit of an oil leak as far as we can see. I'm trying to describe this car perfectly because a lot of people had a lot of questions. As we go back, the drive shaft, look at the markings. Factory drive shaft, never out of the car. Factory markings on the drive shaft itself. Factory markings at the back of the drive shaft. Okay, the rear end of the vehicle has a few markings, which if you look at the very top, you can see a number on the left. Like I think it's a 12, I'm not sure. A couple other markings. So you're looking at a very original vehicle. I hope this helps. I'm going to show you the rear's drums. You can tell there's just no damage, no rust, nothing on the drums. You go up to the front, and your calipers are amazing. There's no leakage. You can just see this is a California vehicle. They are freaks out here because we don't get rain, we don't have salt, and we surely don't have snow. So I hope this has helped you, this video. If we can answer any other questions for you, my son Bryant will be glad to do it. I'm going to turn this video off for a second and add to it once I get the car down from the lift so you can see where the oil leak is coming from. Thank you.